that time again, folks. Welcome back to Behind the Blurb, the only show that stars all the journalism majors. Speaking of which, today we have a newcomer of the Blurb who's one of our aspiring journalists. Please welcome Torres.
Hello.
Hi, Des. How are you feeling today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm also doing good. It's an absolute pleasure to have you behind the Blurb, as always. Well, let's go ahead and get this started. So you've been on the Blurb for a little bit now. My first question is, how do you like it, and what made you want to join it in the first place?
So I'm a big nerd when it comes to pop culture things, whether it be movies or shows or YouTubers. So I thought it would be really interesting to join. And Anne-Marie was just like, you should join. So I did.
Yep, shout out to Anne-Marie.
Shout out to Anne-Marie.
Another one of our aspiring journalists. I was not kidding when I said that earlier, y'all. Anyway, yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. I mean, honestly, when I first met you, in the back of my mind, I was like, she's going to be on the Blurb.
Did you really?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I knew that, considering all the fandoms you were into and your passions and whatnot, you just fit right in.
Well, I'm glad you thought that. I was really afraid to come on, honestly, because I'm a pretty shy person, even for being a journalist. So I was just like, what if I mess up? What if all this goes wrong? Oh no.
Well, hey. Dude,
but I'm doing good.
You made it right in. Welcome aboard. Well, anyway, going on the topic of your journalistic experiences, I know that you very much like to write when it comes to journalism. So what is the most interesting thing that you've written?
Most interesting thing I've written, honestly, was something I wrote not that long ago. It was basically me talking about the New York Times messing up statistics on an article. So I got to basically be like, haha, New York Times is wrong.
Oh.
And it was because they were doing something on Youngstown housing and saying that there was going to be 65,000 apartment units being built in the next 5 years. So I called and I was just like, hey, is this correct? And city officials were saying, no, this is greatly overestimated. So I got to basically call out the New York Times, which was really interesting. So
noted. I see. It's interesting that a big corporation like that lets that big of a mistake slip through the cracks.
Yeah, it was something along the lines, they got statistics from another website. So they should have definitely checked out and reached out to city officials.
Why would they need statistics all from another website?
It was a whole thing.
Well, hey, you cracking down on that just shows how fundamentally experienced you are with it. And yeah, seems like you're on a really good track record.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I guess moving along here with some of these questions, say you had to be a celebrity for a day, which celebrity would you want to be?
Surprise, surprise, it'd probably be Dan Howell, so I can hang out with Phil Lester all day.
I was in my mind, I was like, are you gonna pick Dan or Phil?
Well, see, I love Dan, but I don't know, I'd love to hang out with Phil for a day because he just seems like a really fun guy to hang out with.
Oh, so you'd rather hang out with Phil than be Phil?
Yes.
I mean, that's understandable.
Because I feel like Dan could get annoying sometimes in the best way possible. That's everyone in the fandom says that. It's fine.
Hey, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really the most familiar with Dan or Phil, but hey.
Fair enough.
But hey, I am going to see them on October 29th at the Akron Civic, and guess who else is?
I'm meeting them.
You are meeting them. Again.
Well, I met Dan. I have never met Phil before.
Well, hey, now you get to make this question a reality.
Yes.
You get to make that answer a reality. It's going to be fun. Anyway, so let's move on. What would you do if you won a whopping $20 million?
So I would probably, pay off all of my student loans. I have 10 grand in debt, so I definitely need that.
Right.
And then go on a trip around the world because I really want to travel.
Yeah. Maybe you can co-headline the Terrible Influence Tour with Dan and Phil.
I mean, my edit is in the show, so technically.
Your edit is in the show. That's right. You heard it here first, folks. That edit that you would see, what was the edit again?
It was I'm a child of divorce, divorce, but with a PH for Phil. And it is in their show every single night they perform.
Yeah, so to all of you Dan and Phil fans that have seen that edit, you can thank this individual right here. Watch you make another one and it happens again on their next tour.
Oh, I already have plans to scribble. I already scribbled out divorce and put remarriage on it, and so I'm meeting them with a sign that says I'm a child of remarriage It's going to be great.
That is awesome. I cannot wait to see how that turns out. So moving on here, what would you say is your favorite board game and why?
This game called Rummy Cub.
Rummy Cub, what's that?
It's like a number game where you have to like match the numbers, and like it's kind of confusing to explain. You have to play it. Next time you're over my house, we'll play it.
Cool.
It's a lot of fun.
It sounds interesting. That's something I'll have to look into. Well, moving on to the next one here. What would you say from the minute you wake up to the moment you went to bed is like your perfect day? Like, describe to me your perfect day.
So waking up at like a nice like 9 a.m., like not having to like wake up super early, because I usually am up at like 7 o'clock every day, and then being able to like read and write all day. It would be amazing just to relax, because I am always doing schoolwork or going to my internship or doing homework again, and so just relaxing and just enjoying my time writing my novel.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It seems like you haven't had one of those days in a while,
No.
and it's well, hey, maybe for fall break you can
Hopefully.
take advantage of that. And since you mentioned your internship, where do you intern at?
I intern at IDS Stream Public Media. It's an NPR station that's based in Cleveland. I've been with them for 3 semesters now, so.
Neat. So it's like a little like public relations kind of place?
No, it's news. Yeah.
Yeah, when you said NPR, I thought the PR was
PR, Public Relations. No, it's National Public Radio, I believe, is what it stands for. And it's a lot of fun. Like, I get to sometimes record things and be on the radio, which at first was daunting, but I really enjoy it, so.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, maybe down the road you'll probably be employed there.
Hopefully. They don't have jobs open right now. I already asked, but since I graduate in December.
Hey, you never know.
Mm-hmm.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Exactly.
So moving from academics back to interests, I wanted to ask you, what are some of your all-time favorite albums?
Favorite albums, so big Taylor Swift fan, so definitely Lover, and I'm always a big fan of Speak Now, and then Conan Gray, I can't think of his album's name right now. I think it's Maniac.
Maniac?
I think that's his album's name. I might be remembering that, but those are my top 3.
Yeah, Maniac, I mean, Found Heaven, my personal favorite.
Oh, I love Found Heaven.
Album. I'm a little upset he hasn't come to Ohio for his tour, but I mean.
I know. I wish I could have gone seen him. I was supposed to go to Indianapolis, but it was just too far of a drive, and like I had missed school, and it just wasn't going to work out, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't mention Rise and Fall of the Midwest Princess by
That-
Chapel.
Yeah, I guess not like all-time favorite. She's gaining that love for me, but not like if I had to pick 3, it probably wouldn't be her.
Probably those 3, like the 2 Taylors in the
Mm-hmm.
That's understandable, yeah. I feel like eventually once Chapel releases more content, I'm sure she'll probably climb up there in more people's hearts and whatnot.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, already an absolute icon though.
Oh, I love her so much.
So switching on from music to movies, what would you say is a movie that you could watch every single day?
50 First Dates or Mean Girls. I love both of those movies. They're both my favorites. I couldn't pick one over the other. 50 First Dates is just like, I'm not sure, have you ever watched that? It's a rom-com with Adam Sandler.
I've seen the intro and that was it.
Okay. Basically, it's like this guy who falls in love with a girl who has amnesia of like every day she forgets who who he is. And it's really funny. It's amazing. And then Mean Girls. Please tell me you've seen Mean Girls. Please, Coleman, tell me you've seen Mean Girls.
I know the part of the beep beep, get in losers, we're going shopping.
Okay, we're sitting down watching Mean Girls.
Everybody is just assigning me to do things in these behind the blurbs, guys.
What else have you been assigned?
Sophia is assigning me to watch Clue, play Clue, watch the musical Clue, and watch her be in Clue.
That's a lot.
And also, I think she wanted me to watch Cinderella as well.
Have you never, like, the cartoon?
I couldn't exactly remember. But anyway, enough about reminiscing on Sophia. Let's get back to you here. Let's say in terms of like going on the topic of everyday interactivity, what would you say is the phone app you say you use the most?
Twitter, or X, sorry. Technically, it's X now.
What's X again?
Twitter.
Oh, Twitter. I know Twitter.
Yeah. I'm on that constantly because I run a fan page for Dan and Phil. And so I'm literally just scrolling through, retweeting or liking or tweeting about them because it's a bit of a problem.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a problem. I call it an accomplishment. I call it an accomplishment. By the way, if you couldn't tell, I refuse to call it X. Anyway.
Oh, I hate X. I
Yeah.
hate it.
Yeah, I hate X too. It's just Twitter. It was never X. What do you mean? It was never X. It was Twitter.
It's always been Twitter. Elon Musk, who?
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 Well, moving things back to the blurb, if you had to summarize the blurb in just one word, what would that word be?
Interesting. I didn't expect to, like, how much we cover, so it's definitely interesting. Or, I don't know, excitable? I have no idea.
Hey.
There's a lot.
Hey, that's a valid word to use. And honestly, like I said, it was an absolute pleasure having you here, and it's going to be an absolute pleasure having you for the rest of the season.
I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely.